thing first, we're going to hit the dry ingredients. This is 1 cup of flour, 1.5 teaspoon of baking soda, and 1/4 teaspoon of salt. We're going to whisk that all together. And while we're doing that, you're going to need a cup. The next process, you're going to need a cup of sugar, but we're going to divide that cup of sugar. And I'll let you know as soon as we start the next process. You got 5 yolks. This is where I kept my 1 cup and divided it. Of sugar, rather. I'm sorry. So in here, I am using 3/4 of a cup of sugar from that 1 cup I have. We are going to whisk that up until and I did this slow motion because there's a lot of explaining to do here. We're going to whisk that up until it's pale. Okay, that's what we're going to do. And it do turn pale. We want that incorporated really good. And this is the best de leche. This is the second dessert my granddaughter wanted for her dinner. I'm going to add the vanilla, whisk, and 1/3 of a cup of milk. There you go. So now the mixing come. Unfortunately, we can't use a hand mixer for this. It has to go manually, and I just like folded it. I fold it in. So now I'm taking the white part of the egg, and we are gonna blend it until it is peak. Until when you lift that up, it's like a peak, a soft peak. P-E-A-K-S forms. So the rest of the sugar that we had, we're gonna add it onto there. So now we're going to fold that in there. So remember, we added the rest of the sugar into the egg white. There's a lot of explaining, but I'm going to write it down. We're going to incorporate that. I'm going to place that in the oven for 35 to 45 minutes. I put mine at 350. I put parchment paper because I do want to lift it up. I just want to keep the cake there and poke holes. I want to lift it and then poke the holes. It's a lot of explaining to do, believe it or not. But I am going to put the recipe at the bottom. I've been doing this de leche for a long time. Again, 35 to 45 minutes. I put it at 350. And this is a good serving for about 12. Look how nice. Gonna let that sit for a minute. So now we're going to do the whipped cream. Oh, the tres leche. I'm sorry, I jumped the gun. Condensed milk, carnation milk, and 1/4 cup of heavy cream. And this is good as a creamer also. As a creamer is excellent. Like I said, you got to give that a good shake. You want that condensed milk incorporated with the heavy cream and evaporated milk. I poured it into one of those little things that makes it easier to pour it in. Some people just pour it in. I made holes. I use a knife. You can use little wood sticks. Whatever is preferable for you. So now we're going to soak that. And we're going to leave that for 30 minutes. I leave it sometimes, usually more, because I prep it. If it's for event, I just do it the day before. You gotta make sure it's real soak. I put my finger down, press it down to make sure that everything is. So now we're gonna put that to the side. We're gonna do some whipped cream. You're gonna take a pint of milk, of heavy cream. And you're going to use 3 tablespoons of sugar. Because that heavy cream ain't got no taste. Yeah, I cut some strawberry because she wanted strawberries. I added cinnamon, which is optional. As you can see, when I went to shift it, it was like in one spot. So I thought I was recording myself when I was... And I took the big boy out for that. I took my blender. So now we are going to dress it up. I use a piping bag because I want to pipe the sides. And I use the whole thing, the whole whipped cream. And don't be cheap. Be very generous with that whipped cream. And again, this is the second dessert my granddaughter wanted for her graduation dinner. I did 3. And all I'm doing is just piping. And if you're watching this channel for the first time, make sure to subscribe. We're no fancy channel here. It's just me cooking. I'll get better with the videos, rather. Look how pretty. And again, the cinnamon is optional. And again, if you're watching this video for the first time, make sure to subscribe. Buen provecho, and until our next cooking video.